Hey there, quirky people. Marvel did really well last year despite the pandemic. This studio always knows how to adapt and please its fans. Although I'm willing to admit that there will be multiple negatives to take this year along with the positives. But it was still a good year. And we should be happy because Marvel is not following the same formula with everything for a change. Good or bad, that's just the opinion of different people. But they are willing to take different and unique routes. And it is safe to say that the entire year was full of a bazillion setups for the future. Phase 4's multiverse angle has been completely opened up. And guess which other project totally opened up an entire phase worth of events? It was Captain America: Civil War. Not only was the film strong and gave us a ton of amazing action sequences, it also introduced characters like Spider-Man and Black Panther and set up their films. Ant-Man and the Wasp was set up. The groundwork for Infinity War, Endgame, and Far From Home was laid too. The movie greatly changed the landscape of the MCU by introducing the Sokovia Accords. These were framed to keep the heroes in check. They came as a reaction of the world governments against the collateral damage caused by the Avengers over the years. Although this was mostly ignored after the events of the Civil War. The Accords were just a plot point to create a divide between Tony and Steve. After that, they seem to have been tossed aside. But WandaVision brought them back. We were assured that the Accords are still a thing in the MCU, and we might see more of them. In fact, our theory is that the Accords could be used to spark a Civil War 2.0 now. But this time, the dispute won't be among the Avengers. In fact, we think it would be a civil war between Earth's mightiest heroes and the Eternals. Don't believe us? Well, just think about it for a minute. The Eternals movie introduced 10 completely new superpowered beings, and by the end, all of them acted as protectors of the planet. They were here on the behest of the Celestials. They had one job: protect the intelligent life on planet Earth and stop the deviants from intervening. These cosmic warriors grew closer and closer to the people they were supposed to protect, even more so after their group had dispatched the deviants and was effectively disbanded. You see, in the time that these people were no longer bound by their cosmic purpose, they chose to live among humans as humans. Most of them started identifying our planet as their home, but some harbored other intentions. This difference in ideology led to the final fight of the Eternals. The conflict was over the issue of the destruction of the Earth. Some Eternals, led by Icarus, believed that it was better to let the humans perish so that a Celestial could be born, while the other faction believed that human life was valuable and should be placed above the birth of cosmic engines. This ideology clash resulted in the final battle of the Eternals. However, because of Cersei's relentless efforts, all of the Eternals came together and formed the Unimind. For better or worse, they ended up on the same team by the end of the movie. But Icarus could not live with his failure and chose to sacrifice himself by flying into the sun. The post-climax appearance of Arishem and the arrival of Eros set up the premise for Eternals 2.
The great adventurer, Star Fox of Mystery Planet.
However, we think that there is more to it than this. You see, the celestial Tiamat almost broke out of Earth. We saw his hand emerge from the ocean floor, and the proper sequences of that are yet to be addressed. Nothing of that magnitude can come out of the Earth without damaging it. Hence, we believe that the forces of Earth might not be hospitable to the presence of Eternals. Add on to this, the fact that Kingo would almost likely be releasing his tell-all documentary, and one can conclude that the current world leaders would look at the Eternals more as a threat than protectors. Especially because the documentary ends before the final fight, in which Kingo did not participate. So we think it is likely that the documentary would only cover the destruction. Moreover, the massive earthquakes that would have been caused by the Emergence would have been felt around the globe. So we think that the world governments, including Wakanda and the underwater kingdom of Atlantis, would band together. They'd try to invoke the Sokovia Accords to fight against the Eternals. And that would ultimately lead to two opposing sides. Marvel loves clashing heroes against each other. So that's what we're going to pitch. Let us break down the two sides for you so you may get a better idea of the Second Civil War. Team 1, led by Captain Marvel. I would have chosen Black Panther as a leader, but since Chadwick Boseman is gone and Shuri is young, Captain Marvel has to be the leader of the team. As Earth's mightiest defender and the authority on everything cosmic, her expertise in dealing with cosmic threats would make her an imperative addition to the team. Moreover, the problem of Eternals affects the entire cosmos. Who knows how many planets and civilizations would have been lost to their tyranny. So it would make sense for Captain Marvel to be joining the Earth team in this endeavor to hunt down the Eternals. Then there is the fact that she is the only one who can rival the other team's ace Icarus. Her unlimited energy absorption and projection powers make her the perfect person to fight Eternals. Their unlimited cosmic energy would mean nothing in front of her powers, and her binary powers are unparalleled even by the likes of Icarus. Next up, she'd be joined by Black Panther. Shuri is set to take over the mantle of the Black Panther. The young queen will have to mentor Riri Williams and take on Namor in Wakanda forever. Of course, her involvement would mean the involvement of all Wakanda's forces. This means that we will again get some wild action from Okoye and M'Baku.
This will be the end of Wakanda.
Then it will be the noblest ending in the history.
Rumor has it that they'd also get to wear Black Panther suits in the absence of T'Challa, so all three of them could join the battle. And with them would be Namor. The King of Atlantis will come to the surface world in Wakanda forever. We think that after the events of the movie, Namor will take an anti-hero role in the MCU. Much like his comic counterpart, the King of Atlantis will become an unwitting ally to the heroes. It is well known that his motivation for acting now would be to remedy the damage caused by the Emergence. The Emergence of Tiamat must have decimated the ocean floor, so it is understandable that the King of the Seas is angry and wants to take revenge on Eternals. He would be more than happy to work with the forces of Earth just this once. He may also become the wild card in this civil war. Besides him, this team could have White Vision.
I am Vision.
Right now, his whereabouts are unknown, but in a battle to save Earth, White Vision might return. Someone of his power could be great for the squad, and after WandaVision, he might have begun to look at things even more rationally. So I'd say that he would side with Team Earth. Another strong individual who would do that is Valkyrie. Since New Asgard is now a country on Earth, it is likely that their leader would also join the battle to save the planet. As we all know, Valkyrie is king now, so it would make sense to include her on the team. Not to mention the fact that she is one of the fiercest warriors on Earth. Other possible members of the team could be Monica Rambeau, She-Hulk, or even Moon Knight. I'd let you guys decide the roster. Now coming to Team 2, led by Doctor Strange. Although the opposing team will mostly be made up of Eternals, we think that Strange will lead them. Thinking about what is going to happen in the multiverse of madness, Strange is soon going to know everything. This includes the secret of Eternals and the Celestials. He will be the first one to approach them as the new Sorcerer Supreme. He could find Thena's group and start a conflict with them. He may question the Eternals for their choices and presume them to be a threat to Earth and the cosmos. But the more the Eternals explain to him, the faster he will understand. We think he will become their leader and about to save Cersei from the Celestials. This would put Strange on a direct collision course with the forces of Earth. But the lineup filling this team would be of Eternals. We think the primary members of this team will be the Eternals, who went on a deep space journey. This includes Druig, Thena, Makkari, and Eros to start with. They would most likely be joined by Icarus. Yes, Icarus may be alive. This team may also grow further, with Cersei, Phastos, and Kingo. They'd fight to defend themselves, and joining them should be Spider-Man. We think Doctor Strange would form his own time when going against the Eternals. Since this is a team of cosmic-powered beings, it would be good to have some backup. And since Spider-Man is a righteous hero who trusts Doctor Strange, he would side with him.
That feels weird, but I'll allow it.
With Spidey and Strange on the prowl, the team will be insanely strong. The Civil War could happen before or after Eternals too. And at the end, the Eternals and the rest of Earth's heroes would team up against the common enemy, that is Arishem. What do you guys think about this theory? Should Marvel try out another Civil War event? Let us know your thoughts and preferences in the comment section. Give us a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed the video. And don't forget to check out some more fun content on our channel. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye!